Black people, let me tell you something. Not everybody can own their own business. Not everybody's going to be a millionaire. They've sold you on the idea of being a millionaire or a billionaire or being a business owner. Now, if you want to be a business owner, that's perfectly fine. I say go for it. We need more black-owned businesses. But when you hire people, it's not just about you. It's about the community that you're creating. You forget that, or people forget that, when you have a business, it's a community of people that work with you, not for you. That's the thing people seem to forget, is that we're supposed to help each other out, not take advantage of each other and say, oh, this is my money, my business, this and that. That may be true, but if it's not for the people working for you, you don't have a business. If it's not for the people buying your product, you don't have a business. So don't forget that and let the greed run wild, because when you do that, you begin to lose value, and so does your money. Now, stepping on everybody's back and shitting on them and destroying their lives may increase your net worth, but it decreases your humanity. And the fact of the matter is, when you lose your humanity, your money has no value. And let me explain that. Your money won't have any value, right? Because if you have everything in the world, right? All the money in the world, and no one else is left with anything, what do you really have? Nothing. You know why? Because there's no one to share it with. The whole part of being human is to grow and expand and to keep moving forward. People want to hold everyone back because they're concerned about their net worth and their amount, which there's no problem with you being concerned about it, but when it supersedes everything else, including you being human, there's a problem. The reason why there's so many poor and impoverished people on this planet is because those same poor and impoverished people will allow themselves to continue getting fucked for money. They don't stand up like they have the ability to, because they don't realize their strength in numbers. That's why people won't go out to vote like they should, because they don't understand the importance and the worth of that vote. Same thing when it comes to, if a business is mistreating you altogether, say something, do something, literally do something. If you have to miss out on a week or two of work, do it. Because at the end of the day, the reward is greater than the loss. Because if you're getting shit on and you're working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, right? And some people really fucking do that. Some people do 100 plus, right? Just to get that bag, right? That's the term. Just to get that bag, just to get that money. Not realizing you just give away 100 hours of your life, for nothing. For nothing. Because you're still getting shit on. And you're still not getting what you deserve. Now, we'll have the greedy assholes who don't make a lot of money, and the greedy assholes who do make a lot of money come in and say, well, it's just simple economics. But what makes economics economics? Humans. And usually, economics is set in the way nowadays. Maybe it's always been that way when you really think about it. But they cared a little more back then when they first got their workers' rights, right? Nowadays, it's they mold economics into this frame of profit and profit only. That's what people think about, not realizing their money would go further if they learn to spread it out. Because investing in yourself is great for the meantime, but because you have to keep expanding and moving forward and growing, right? When you invest in yourself, it begins to have the opposite effect, because you can only withstand and sustain so much. If you don't invest in other people, we can't move forward. If you don't help other people, we can't move forward. People have forgotten to invest in each other. That is the main problem, right? We wouldn't have never came as far as we did, right? In terms of technology, right? And progression, where we have cars and airplanes and everything like that. And we've tweaked it and made it better and this and that. But we've stopped. We've stopped progression. We've stopped our rate of progress because we're just concerned about making money and living in a gigantic mansion and this and that. That is an unrealistic thing to look forward to because not everyone can do it. But what everybody can do is live comfortably and live happily with each other, right? Now, you may not always agree with your neighbor, but the fact of the matter is, if you have enough money, right, think about it, without putting all the Prada and Gucci and Balenciaga, all this other bullshit aside, if you have enough money to make sure you and your family live comfortably, and what I mean by live comfortably is you're able to pay all your bills on time, you're able to save money, you don't have to want for nothing when it comes to food, right? You may not be able to get your Rolex or your Gucci bag or all this shit right away, but you'll eventually be able to obtain it through saving after you've taken care of the important things, right? Right? That sounds like a reasonable way of living. That sounds like a way that most people are able to live and survive. But how comes that's not the case? Because they're busy chasing a rich person. They're busy chasing the bag. And they'll shit on everybody, not realizing they need everybody to get that bag. Because if nobody buys the product, if nobody works for you, or if somebody doesn't have an idea for you to work off of, you have nothing. Now, there are some people that can build a house on their own and do all the work on their own. This is true. But it's going to take you fucking 10 times longer to build a house by yourself than if you had people build it for you or with you. Okay? And you can't make $1 million by yourself. Somebody literally has to believe in what you're presenting or agree with what you have built or believe, whatever words you want to use for it. You understand what I'm saying in that aspect. The point of this video, even, especially for black people, because, I'm black first before I'm anything else. I'm human first and then I'm black. But you understand what I'm saying when I say I'm black first and then I'm, everything else. It's because we have no self-value. We don't value our beauty. We don't value our intelligence. And we don't understand that we have to invest in each other. Okay, it's not about getting the bag. It's not about being a scammer. We can literally fix ourselves. We have the capability to do so. The question is, will we? Now, I may not be from no hood, and I may have never lived in a hood, but I see you. I'm not here to judge you. But I'm not here to judge you because me and you look the same. I look like you and you look like me. And before I open my mouth, nobody knows the difference. Remember that. And just because somebody speaks a certain way doesn't mean they're more intelligent than you, and doesn't mean that they are less intelligent than you. That's another big mistake people make. Everybody has intelligence in their own way, and we're supposed to combine what we have to create something better, something newer. Stop holding on to information in terms of, right? It's if you learn something, expand upon it. But what you've expanded upon with what you learned, teach other people. That way they can grow in your ideas. Because, again, you wouldn't have anything if we didn't have each other. That's it. That's all I got to say.